Hey seniors, good to be with you today. I'm Michael Scott. This is Seniors in Action. Today we're going to be talking about barking dogs, whether they're your own dogs or whether they're your neighbors. We had the experience in our household of our daughter moving back in with us, and she brought two dogs. And these two dogs both love to bark. And they'll go out into the backyard and they'll run from one side of the backyard of the house to the other side, just barking at whoever comes by in the front or whoever's in the backyard of the neighbor's house. And so it drives me nuts. I try to do these videos and I've got barking dogs in the background. And even when I'm not trying to do a video, I've got barking dogs all the time. So it's been very distracting and very frustrating. So you see our affiliate marketing disclaimer here. And so who let the dogs out? I'm afraid we let them out every day a couple of times. And as soon as they get out there, they start barking. So we have a small backyard. And so, which is very different than what we had when we were in Wyoming. But we're in Idaho now with a smaller backyard. So the last 10 months, we've endured our own dogs barking, which sometimes get the neighborhood dogs barking even. So I have been contemplated getting my guns out and shooting them, which isn't a very nice thing to do, and I really wouldn't do that. Thought about poisoning them, and I wouldn't do that either. But I have really considered sending them to the pound, but they're my daughter's dogs, and then I'd have to put up with my daughter for quite a long time getting after me. So if I had a shot collar, I would turn it on high, and every time they bark, I'd make them jump 10 feet in the air. I think that would be actually kind of fun because I'm so disgusted with these dogs. On the other hand, a lot of people think that wouldn't be very humane. And so, I mean, what do you do about barking dogs, and especially if they're your neighbors where you can't do something like that? And so my son lives in Texas. He recently moved down there, and he was at a neighborhood party, and he talked to one of his neighbors, and his neighbors were telling him that that the people behind them put in a pet door for their dogs, and their dogs would get out at 5 o'clock in the morning and wake them up. And so when they complained to their backyard neighbors, the neighbors got offended, and so there wasn't much they could do. And so they went out and got what's called a dog barking deterrent. And evidently it's an ultrasound type thing that you put on your house or on something that quiets the dogs down. And they said, yes, it quieted these dogs down. And so my son was telling me about this. And I did some research on it, and I went out that day and I got one of these dog barking deterrents. And this is what it looks like. This is called the Sonic Egg, but this isn't the only one available. This is working for us really good, but there are many others out there that you can purchase. This one was about $40, and it works within a 50-foot range. Now you can get them if you want to spend about $130, $140. They'll work within a 300-foot range, so you could quiet all the dogs in the neighborhood almost. So it's an ultrasonic bark deterrent. So what happens is, you see in this one, up in the upper part of it, there's that round hole. That's a microphone, and so it picks up the sound of the dog barking, and when it does, it emits an ultrasonic sound, okay? Now, it's advertised as being humane, that these sounds you can't hear the sound, and I can tell you that I don't hear the sound. But the dogs hear it, and it bothers them. So these things can be used indoor or outdoor. If they're used indoor, you turn them on their low power. It's got low, medium, and high power, and there's a knob right down at the bottom of it that you can see in this picture. But I've got it set on high outside, and that's what they recommend. But I put this thing out on the tree and let the dogs out, and as soon as they barked, you could tell that something was up, because they stopped barking really quickly. And so it shut them up. This bad boy shut them up. And we have had peace ever since I got this thing. So, and you know, it is advertised as humane, but I've got one dog that doesn't even want to go outside anymore. I mean, it's a he actually, but he's scared to death to go out into the backyard. And so sometimes we have to force him out so he can do his business. But he knows there's something out there, but he's not smart enough to figure out that it's because he's barking that he gets this ultrasonic sound in his ear. So he's kind of confused and doesn't want to go outside, and I don't think he's ever going to figure it out. But I guess the other thing is that if the dog in the backyard starts barking in my neighbor's yard, these guys feel it as well, which is for me anyway. I don't have anything against dogs, but I'm not a huge dog lover. But hey, poetic justice if they get the ultrasonic sound every once in a while when they don't deserve it. But anyway, I thought you guys might be interested in this. If you've got dog problems, barking problems, this worked for me, and I think one of these will work for you. This is weatherproof, so you can have it outside, like I say, or inside. We had a snowstorm, and it had snow on top of it, and it was still working. So try it if you've got a dog problem. It seems to work great. So I appreciate you watching today. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Watch the video, like the video, and I'll be back with another video next week. See you later.